And welcome back to the Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week, second half action as the ball's teed up at the 40 and Jace Williams set to kick it away. South Lafourche will get the ball to start the second half here.
And this Jason Williams is just such a fine athlete. He can do so many things well. Looked like it was an onside kick.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was trying to kick it short, but it kind of sailed and went out of bounds. So great field position here as it looks like South Lafourche would get the ball at the spot, which would be, nobody actually marked a spot, so we'll wait and see. Flags at the 45. And it looks like they're going to mark the line of scrimmage at the 41-yard line. I dare say that might be a bit of a break for the Hurricanes because I thought it was even a little bit shorter than that.
Yes, Jason.
It looks like there's about 4 different spots being spotted on the field right now.
Well, they dropped a flag around the 46.
Flags, yeah, right at the 46-yard line. And they're discussing whether or not South Lafourche wants the ball or they want to back up South Plaquemines 5 yards and make them re-kick, but it seemed like kind of an obvious answer there. And we'll spot it. Again, we've got one official. Maybe he was just standing there at the 41, not really sure where he was going. He'll move up and spot now. And this seemingly was the right spot of the ball as Tarpons will put it in play. Felinich drops back, has time, now throws a pass to his back out of the backfield, turns it upfield. Wilson misses the tackle. He's going to be taken down there into Hurricane territory at the 38.
Sean Wilson, a middle linebacker, trying to keep up with that back swinging out the flats, and that's a tough task for any middle linebacker.
Number 42, LaQuindon Randall, who had the touchdown reception earlier. And we're going to have a stoppage of play. We're just 16 seconds into the third period. And we've got an injured player for South Plaquemines. So we'll see if we can get a number for you. Check out the injury, and we'll take a quick break and come back with more of your Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week after this. Back to the action here. 1st and 10 for South Lafourche. Felinich sends, looks like seemingly every receiver in motion. Going to hand it off. Getting away from the first tackle or getting to the outside. Goes number 42, Randall. He's out of bounds. Give him a gain of about 5 on the play.
Well, the Canes really need to step up here, Jason, and stop this offensive series here, because if South Lafourche scores here, then they're going to put the Canes in a real bind.
So second down, officially 7 yards to go as they give him a gain of 3. 2 backs in the backfield with the quarterback, who's going to hand it off right up the middle and then taken down there. Good tackle on the play by Wilson to limit the gain, only about 2 on the play.
And when Wilson hits him, Jason, I mean, there is no longer any forward progress.
Yeah, no doubt there.
He's like an alligator. I mean, he just chews him up right on the spot.
So third down, really about 6 yards to go. Felinich in the shotgun, calls for the football, fakes the handoff, and he's going to be taken down. Big play there. And that's going to be snuffed out and stopped. Number 60, Darvin Riley, laying the lumber there for the Canes. So 4th and 10, and
well, that's what the Canes needed. They needed someone to step up, and Darvin was the man at a moment.
So punt formation, South Plaquemines needs to be careful on the outside if they try that sprint out punt again. More of a traditional formation. There's nobody back. They try to block it, and it's going to go and roll sideways, keep going. It's going to fall dead at about the 9-yard line. So South Plaquemines will have it 1st and 10, but they will play from deep in their own territory, as it looked like they came very close to having a chance of blocking that kick. And maybe more so than that, they performed that correctly where they tried the block and did not make contact with the punter.
Well, the Canes came up with that so important stop, and now let's see if they can crank up the offense and get some points on the board here. Now this is dangerous territory, Jason, if they come in an empty set.
You don't want to get a big loss on a
with
play
the
here.
pass rush that the Tarpons have been putting on. So.
And it looks like Kendrick Smith is going to be in the quarterback's position as Sherman and Jace Williams split to the near side. Smith's going to keep it himself, finds a little bit of space up the middle. He's out to about the 16-yard line, so a nice gain on the play for Kendrick Smith. This will bring up second down, about 4 yards to go.
And that's a positive play for the Canes to open up with in the shadow of their goal. Sherman looks like he's coming back in the ball game at quarterback.
I think maybe Sherman's he's the guy with the play card on his wrist, so he's going to call the play in.
Now he goes to a receiver.
Goes to a receiver position. Smith in the quarterback's position. Calls for the football. He's going to follow some blocks. He's going to scramble forward. Maybe gains a yard on the play. Maybe 2. And this will bring up 3rd and short. First down is at the 19. Ball spotted at the 17. So 3rd and 2. Again, Sherman relaying the play.
Tarpons in a 4-man line.
Low snap, Smith picks it up, but he's going to be taken down in the backfield, all the way back at the 11-yard line. And this is going to bring up 4th down in a punting situation.
Canes really struggling offensively, trying to find something that they can do with some consistency. Looks like Rojas will be punting from his own end zone, right inside the goal line.
Clock running, 8:10 and counting, 3rd quarter. There's the snap. He gets it off, kind of goes straight up in the air, and it's going to take a nice South Plaquemines roll. Going to continue to roll all the way out to about the 46-yard line. They'll spot it at the Hurricane 45, so a lucky break there. Get a little built-in yardage on that kick. And again, it's about a 34-yard punt, so great by high school standards, and this is going to be a first down for the Tarpon offense. Tarpon offense came onto the field and then made a quick 180 and ran back to the sideline. They'll get some more instructions from their coaching staff.
.7:53. Clock is stopped in the 3rd quarter. Coach Figueroa imploring his defensive unit to make another stop. And of course, Coach Skanes across the field encouraging his offense to give them one more score to make it a 3-possession game.
So I'm looking, I don't know who the offensive coaches are for South Plaquemines. I saw a name on here that I almost wanted to ask Coach Amos about, because I see, it looks like maybe, I don't know if Coach Gaines took him. A lot of you may not realize this. Coach Gaines 2 years ago was the defensive coordinator at Belle Chase High School, so he's very familiar with Plaquemines Parish, and I noticed Brock Mathern as a coach on that staff. Not sure if that was the same Brock Mathern that played at Belle Chase, but...
Well, there's a lot of Matherns in the Lafourche area, but I tell you what, there's only one Brock Mathern, and that was the quarterback for Belle Chase. They just did an unbelievable job leading them to the state championship.
Gonna hand it off. This is Vega up the middle, fighting for extra yardage, and that'll stop that right there as he's hit hard and taken down.
He got floored. What a hit.
Did indeed. That was number 33. It looked like Deontay James on the stop. So second down, about 5 to go. Vega again, and this time he's going to be taken down right at the line of scrimmage. And that was 58, which is a number I don't have on my current roster. So third down, about 5 yards to go. And we'll see what South Lafourche can dial up here, as they're going to hand it off, trying to get to the outside, and dives forward as Vega, but he's not going to get it. It's going to be 4th and about maybe 3 yards to go. Actually, officially about 2 to go. And we'll see what South Lafourche decides to do here. They can pin this Hurricane offense deep again, or they can try to go for it, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and go for it here. They've got a lot of guys in tight. And bark some signals now. Running back Vega resets. Quarterback's going to run for it. He's got the first down. He tries to get away from the tackle. He does. Gets to the outside. He's going to go all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. So Felinich on 4th and 2 converts it. And this is going to make the score 20-0 with an extra point to come for the Tarpons.
Yeah, that was a backbreaker. Jason, 4th and 2, and somehow the quarterback got loose around the end, shook a tackle, and sprinted into the end zone. And that's going to make it very difficult for this Hurricane team to get back in this ball game.
We've got an official's timeout. Not sure what the timeout's for, as there's no flags, and seemingly the officials look pretty much like they're set and ready to go. And now I can see there's actually an injured Hurricane all the way on the near side of the field, all the way down near the end zone. He's off the side, though, so you would think they could continue play. It looks like just a case of cramps. Not really sure why they would have to stop the play for this to be worked on.
And Jason, don't look now, but the Tarpons look like they're lining up for a 2-point conversion after they've had 2 straight successful extra point attempts.
So we'll see what they do here. It's a quarterback, and that is the kicker, 56. It's out there, but he's kind of set up like a running back almost right now. And now they do kind of break into a traditional kicking position. There's the snap, the placement, the kick is up. And it is no good, as it looks like he pushed it off to the left. So your score will remain South Lafourche 20, South Plaquemines 0, 6:11 to go third quarter. We'll take a break and have more of your Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week after this. Welcome back to the Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week. Griffin, the kicker, has the ball teed up. They move some people around. He kicks it deep, and he gets a hold of it. It's going to bounce and be picked up by Ragus right at the goal line. He's trying to find an opening. Scrambles to the outside, but he's going to be taken down well deep in his own territory. Looks like they're going to spot him at about maybe the 7-yard line.
And now the Canes find themselves in a very tough situation. Just outside the 5-yard line.
And things seemingly getting worse by the moment here for South Plaquemines. As again, one of the things you can kind of tell, especially if you just scan the sidelines of both teams, is that South Lafourche might have close to 100 guys on that roster. So depth can play a factor when you get late into a game like this, and a lot of these guys for South Plaquemines are playing on both sides of the ball. So fatigue definitely an issue. And you can kind of see just the weight wearing down on the South Plaquemines team. On first down, quarterback drops back, throws a pass, and it's going to be incomplete as he tried to get it to number 21, Austin Yorba. There's an injured player for the Hurricanes behind the play. And we'll get another stoppage of play. 5:48. We'll take a break as well and come back with more of your Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week after this. Welcome back to the action. Is second and 10. Hurricanes still deep in their territory. Quarterback Sherman throws a pass. He completes it. Looking for a block, and he's got one. This could be a foot race. It's Tyler Martin down the sideline to the 40, to the 50. He's taken down there, but a big gainer.
Terrific Tyler breaks it open for the Canes. And Jason, I want you to watch the Canes now. There's such a thing as physical fatigue and mental fatigue. And notice the bounce in their steps as opposed to after a big play and after a play where they did not do so well. And you can see that one big play eliminated some of that mental fatigue. They'll have that little extra step this time.
So we've got first and 10, 4 receivers in the formation. Sherman calls for the football, drops back. He's got a little bit of protection, throws the pass, and this one's going to be off the fingertips and incomplete as he was trying to get it to, looked like number 15, Jonquel St. Anne. So this is going to be a 2nd and 10 for the Hurricanes.
And with the type of defense that South Lafourche is playing, if they can get the ball to Tyler Martin or Jason Williams real quick, you know, they got a one-on-one situation, and they can pop that big play for you real quick.
Really kind of the same thing that South Lafourche started doing to South Plaquemines in the first half. Just get it quick to the outside. You break one tackle, and you're going to go a long way. Sherman takes the snap, drops back, has time, throws the pass, and this one's going to be caught by Corey Rojas. Nice play. He's into Tarpon territory. Nice hands on that one. Going to spot the ball right at the 36-yard line of South Lafourche. And again, the Hurricanes in business here. Clock stopped as they move the chains at 4:48 to go, third quarter.
Rojas really becoming a weapon for the Hurricanes. He had an outstanding game last week, and well, I tell you what, he really went up and got that ball. It was a battle with the defensive secondary, and Rojas came down with it.
Sherman's going to have to hurry this one along as the play clock's all the way down to 10. Coach Figueroa has him on the sideline. I believe we're going to get a timeout here. There's 4:22 on the clock, and South Plaquemines will huddle offensively on the near sideline to talk things over. So while we have a moment, we want to remind you that you can catch all of your Plaquemines Prep games of the week Tuesday and Thursday nights at 8 o'clock right here on WGM Channel 10 in Plaquemines Parish. And don't forget about the Plaquemines Prep Rewind, which will air on Tuesday and Thursdays at 7 o'clock. And we'll have another show that we're going to be doing this coming Tuesday, or schedule permitting. We might be a little later than Tuesday. But come out and see us at Salvo Seafood. Try the clams, as Coach Amos will always remind you. And talk a little football with Cody and I, as we'll recap the 2 games you've already seen, and we'll look forward to the upcoming games. For the next 2 weeks, we will be back in Belchase, and we will cover the Belchase game against Bruley and the Belchase game against South Terrebonne. So, again, it seems like a lot of these South teams, we're covering all over the southeastern part of Louisiana with, you got South Terrebonne, who I believe is just south of Houma down there in that area, and I believe Borg, and again, South Lafourche coming from the cutoff Galliano area. A long trip up Highway 1 and around the and down Highway 90, I guess. So
a lot of quality in that word South.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams in the state that have it in them, and like you said, a lot of quality in those teams. So 1st and 10, Sherman drops back under a little bit of pressure, throws. He's taken down this time. And Sherman looks like he was hit hard, and he's very slow to get up. And we're going to have a stoppage of play, as this time Sherman is not getting up. He's staying down, so Coach Figueroa is even coming out onto the field to take a look at this one. And he just really just got his bell rung. I mean, he was hit hard as he threw the ball. And again, we talked about it, South Lafourche kind of bringing pressure all night, really getting to Sherman, hitting him a lot, even though he's getting his passes off. But I think it's been taking a toll over the course of the night, and maybe that was just kind of the final nail in Brandon Sherman.
Yeah, that time Brandon, unfortunately, was really exposed. He had just releasing the ball. He had that arm up, and, you know, his total chest area was exposed. And it shows you what kind of kid he is, because I mean, they've been hammering all night long from the first quarter. It looks like that's been their game plan to go after him.
Been a tough as nails kind of guy. You're right. They're doesn't really look like they're examining any particular part of his body, which would lead me to believe he just got his bell rung really hard. He's been kind of hobbled all over the field all night. So there's 4:13 to go in the third quarter. South Lafourche with the 20-0 lead. And really, this has been the best offensive series that we've seen out of the Hurricanes all night. I would assume that Kendrick Smith is going to be in there at quarterback, as Sherman is now onto his feet. And he's walking off with some assistance, maybe favoring his right arm just a little bit, as it might have got caught as he threw the pass, but again, really just looks like he might have one doozy of a headache to deal with.
Yeah, with all of the emphasis on concussions, they're going to have to be careful. But he's a gamer, and it wouldn't surprise me if he shows his face again in this ball game before it's over. And that's unfortunate because the Canes had some energy going there with 2 nice plays.
And we'll see if Kendrick Smith can keep it going as it's 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Smith in the backfield, calls for the football. He's going to run it. He's got an opening. He gets to the outside, and he's going to be taken down. Give him a gain of about 4 on the play. And this will bring up 3rd down, maybe 3 on the play. 3rd down and a more manageable 7 yards to go.
And with this single wing type of approach, a spread, a pistol, whatever you want to call it, there's so much emphasis on the quarterback running the ball. And they're going to take some licks.
Big play here for the Hurricanes. They need to keep this drive going. Ball's at about the 33-yard line. 3rd down, 7 yards to go. And for some reason, the flag wasn't thrown on the false start. Kind of even threw off Kendrick Smith. He goes up the middle. He gains about 3 yards, and this is going to be a 4th down and about 3. Kind of I don't know if you call that a lucky break or an unlucky break for South Plaquemines, because it I think they were even expecting the flag, and it kind of seemingly messed up their own play.
Well, if the Canes are going to get back in it, this is a must opportunity here.
Yeah, crucial play.
3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. It's number 13, Smith, gets to play into the huddle.
Again, keep an eye on your skill positions. That's Tyler Martin in the backfield with Smith. Smith's going to run for it. He hits the line of scrimmage, and he's taken down. Lost the 2 on the play, as really he had nowhere to go. And I think South Lafourche was expecting that, as it seemed like all 11 guys are right up on the line of scrimmage to snuff that play out. So the Canes are going to turn it over on downs. Tarpons get it back here. 2:39 on the clock in the 3rd quarter, and a 20-0 lead. And a chance, definitely, even just a steady drive here is going to probably put this one out of reach for the Hurricanes.
The Canes got a few injuries tonight, nicked up, but his South Lafourche Tarpon defense, Wallop and Wade Barthélemy is not resurfaced in the ball game. Hope he's all right, but he went out with some type of leg injury early in the game. Sherman is banged up.
Going to hand it off with a wall of blockers down the side. Here goes number 2 for South Lafourche, and he looks like he's going to take it all the way. Turn on the Jets, and Justin Doucette has got himself a 58-yard touchdown, or a 68-yard touchdown run, extending the lead to 26-0. And just like that, again, you talk about momentum playing such a huge thing. You get the turnover on downs and a 1-play touchdown for the Tarpons. So,
and Jason, we talked about that dinner date earlier, but the clock continues to run.
Which might be a merciful thing,
yeah.
It's continuing to run now. Snap, placement, kick is up, and it is good this time. So clock continuing to run. And the score now 27 for South Lafourche and still 0 for South Plaquemines. Clock continues to run inside of a minute and a half, and maybe, again, mercifully, they'll just kind of let this clock continue to run for the rest of this period and maybe throughout the 4th quarter. So South Plaquemines' return team has already come onto the field, and I think the official just noticed that the clock was running. They'll stop it with 1:18 to go in the 3rd. But again, we'll just go ahead and keep it here since it looks like they're going to try and move this game along. It is already 9 o'clock. We're a little later than your traditional high school game at this point.
The Canes need somebody deep, as the assistant coaches are desperately trying to get somebody back there. And it looks like the signal was heard. this might be an opportunity for the Canes to get on the board. They've been close on a couple of these kickoff returns.
And they got, it looks like Tyler Martin deep to return it.
And he's certainly the one that's capable of doing it.
Kick goes deep. This one's going to go to about the 2-yard line where Martin picks it up. It'd be nice if he could get a block. He does not. He's going to be taken down at about the 18. Flag comes in late. Probably some sort of extracurricular, and it's going to be a personal foul called against the Tarpons. So South Plaquemines will get the benefit of an additional 15 yards here. We'll wait for the referee. And there's the call, personal foul against South Lafourche. So mark the ball at the 32, or maybe the 33. Oh, we'll split the difference and put it between the two.
Sounds reasonable.
So, just waiting on a whistle. 1:07 on the clock. Kendrick Smith remains in at quarterback.
Seeing these teams, not half of them huddle and the other half stay on the line, reminds me of the Lonesome Men with Pete Dawkins at the United States Army Academy.
Kendrick Smith will keep it himself, runs through some tackles. He gets about 5 yards before he's taken down. It's a nice gain on the play. So second down, about maybe 4 yards to go.
Well, with Sherman's injury, it looks like the energy level is dissipated for the Canes, and hopefully somebody can come up with a big play to recharge their batteries.
Yeah, with the score the way it is at this point, maybe the thought process is just get out safely. And sometimes in a late situation like this, what you find your future. You find those guys that you didn't know were going to make plays, and you kind of work with that. As Smith falls down in the backfield, and he's going to be hit and taken down.
And that should do it for the third quarter.
You're right.
Jason.
Final 5 seconds are going to tick off. So we'll take a break and head to to some commercials and come back and bring you the fourth quarter of your Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week after this.